Hi everybody, welcome back to another CYT-Crypto episode. My name's Stephen Aitchison, and today we're going to be going over the markets. We'll be looking at a couple of news stories as well as doing some Bitcoin technical analysis as well. Bitcoin is dropping just now as we speak, so let's dive over and jump into the markets. You'll notice this is not live. I'm just trying a different format for the next few weeks. I've just written to the group and been talking to everybody this morning. Really appreciate everybody's kind of input this morning. I know there's going to be more kind of talk in the group, the premium group today, and the free group as well. So if you want to join the free group, there's a link down below as well. Okay, let's crack on. Let's get into the markets just now. What's happening at the moment? We are down to a market capitalization of $255 billion. We've got Bitcoin dominance dropping slightly to 65.3%. Bitcoin itself dropping, it says here 9,171, but we're actually lower than that. And we'll take a look at the Bitcoin chart in a second. Who's the winners and losers in the top 100? AION are doing fantastic, 57.8% over the last 24 hours alone, and they've kind of really come up over the last couple of weeks, so they've done brilliantly if you kind of held on to them. Hedera Hashgraph has gone up as well, 32%. It's up to ELF is up 26%, AION is up, Engine Coin, Kyber Network, all in double-digit greens as well, so it's an altcoin day today, definitely. Bitcoin going down, altcoins going up. However, Bitcoin is not dropping hard at the moment, but it could do. Okay, let's see whose losers are. BitShares down 96.64%. Monocoin, IOTA, Cosmos, Horizon, MadeSafe, Zcoin, Nexo, all down. Not by that much, to be honest, but they're down anyway. And we've got about, how many is in the red? Probably about 50% in the red, 50% in the green. In Satoshi value terms, instead of USD, that's looking at USD, who is up. We probably have about 40% in the green, 60% in the red. So kind of 50-50 there-ish. Well, 60-40, but you know what I mean. So let's look at the top 1,000 coins. This is the top 1,000 coins, and we're going to do it. Top 1,000 coins have traded over $10,000 over the last 24 hours. And we'll see who the winners and losers are in the top 1,000. We did it before, the top 100. But this will give us something to look out for as well. And we could find a couple of gems in here as well, which is what this channel is all about. We're looking for the gems. Ad token is up 105%. I've got Cute Angle Cloud is up 60% on 509,000 volume. Icon is up 58% on 366 million volume. Amazing. Plating Coin is up 38%, Dcoin 0, Hedera Hashgraph 31%, Lishan is up to 24% over 24 hours, but 218% over the last 7 days, which is fantastic. If you remember, I recommended a few coins that were going to go up 200% over the next couple of weeks, and Lishan was one of them. I'll put a link to that at the end of this video as well for you, a link to that video. So there's a lot of information there as well that we can glean from it. If you look at the market caps, Acute Angle Cloud is under 1 million and it's went up 60%, then 121%. So that'd be worth looking into, I think. Other ones, Plating Coin, never heard of that. Dcoin, haven't heard of that. So you can see there's a lot here that are kind of under the 5 million market cap, but ideally would love it under kind of 2 or 3 million. Lishan is one of them. And that's 1.5 million market capitalization. So there could be a lot in here that's worth looking at. I think Xbase could be really good as well. I'll be doing videos. If you're in the premium group, expect a couple of videos per week for the 10-minute spotlight on crypto gems as well. So that's coming soon as well for you. And if you want to join the premium group, you can. There is a link down below to join the premium group, just to give you an idea of how I make the calls. Here is a call here for Kava. Just made this yesterday. You can see at 5:35 a.m. my time. 56 people seen it from the premium group. Obviously not everybody's in. The call is good until the 13th of February and it's already gone up. Called it at 11,200. It's gone up to 12,400. It did go up to, you can see here, 13,092. That's a rise of 16%. So if you want to join the premium group and get calls like this nearly every day, there's about 30 calls every month, and you can get a call like that as well. Join the premium group. And the premium group is amazing, just a brilliant group to be part of. So link down below, check out that, and I think you'll love it. Okay, let's get on with the Bitcoin. What's happening with Bitcoin just now? 9,174. Now, a couple of key things to look at here. We're going to go to what you always want to do with Bitcoin. You always want to zoom out. We're in an ascending channel at the moment, and we have been for the last 10 years, essentially since Bitcoin came out. So we're still in an ascending channel there. You can see all the way up. We've got a support line there, a very strong support line that has held for the last 7 years. And we've got a resistance line there as well. That's what these two lines are. Okay, these purple dotted lines are when the halving took place previously. So you can see kind of what happened after the halving. So around about here, 2012, after the halving, it went up big time. The second halving here went up big time. Third halving here, May 2020, not gone up yet, but it's going to go up big time as well. Where could it go to? So we've got Bitcoin price just now. This is the kind of support line of 7,200. And we've got here a possible, this could go up to, after the halving, probably you could get up to around about $336,000 for Bitcoin. Or 340,000, round about that figure, if it reaches the top again. You can see the orange lines here are the cycles, the 4-year cycle that Bob Lucas talks about, if you don't know if you've seen his channel. But this is a future projected 4-year cycle as well, and it should get up to $340,000 by the end of 2021. Sounds outlandish just now, but trust me, if you were kind of back in the day, back in 2015, if you thought Bitcoin was going to go from $29 or even here at $200 all the way up to $20,000, you'd have said that was crazy. But $340,000 does sound outlandish. This is the way it looks as if it's going to go. So this is what we have to look at first of all. Always look at the bigger picture when it comes to Bitcoin. Okay, we'll go down to the micro view. So this is what's happening at the moment. With regards to Bitcoin, you can see this purple line here is a 200-day moving average. Simple moving average, we're above that. That's all that matters at the moment. If we stay above that, that is a good sign for Bitcoin. So we want to stay above that just now. We are above that. We're dropping a wee bit, but what do you expect? We've gone really from 6,900 all the way up to 9,500. So we're expecting a bit of a pullback here. It's been going sideways for a couple of days now. So this is to be expected. What we could see or expect is a bounce from 8,900. So we might see a drop to 8,900 and then a bounce from there. Now, here has come down past the 7 EMA. This is the exponential moving average. So usually what happens when you get a jump up of Bitcoin or any other coins as well, any other project, it jumps up and it stays and uses the 7 EMA as support. You can see all the way up here, jumped, support, support here, came down, support, came down, supported, bounce, supported, bounce, supported, bounce, but has now fallen through the 7 EMA. So where to next? Next obvious support is 8,900. 9,000 would be a kind of psychological support. So if we put in a support tier of around about 9,000, that would be an obvious support because it's a psychological support. However, from a technical analyst point of view, you're looking at support being around about this 200 MA. So it's broken through the 200 MA and it's now going to be using it as support. Was previous resistance and now support. So hopefully that is what happens. If it breaks through 8,900, then we're going down to the 50 EMA, which is around here. We'll just get this out of the way. Around about here at 8,400. And this here, this was the previous resistance line on this descending channel. And we want that to be used as support now. So we could go all the way down to 8,000. Highly unlikely. I think the likely scenario is we're going to break down to the low side to 8,900 or 9,000 and bounce up from there for Bitcoin. So that's what I think is going to happen with Bitcoin just now. So still looking good for Bitcoin. I'm not worried just now, but there is a couple news stories as well that we could see that we could have a long squeeze or a short squeeze coming up as well. There's $4 billion in the kind of futures market just now. So we could be in for a long squeeze or a short squeeze. So we're going to see. Okay, let's dive over to the news at the minute. This is what I was talking about earlier on. Dramatic Bitcoin price move likely as Bitcoin futures open interest nears $4 billion. So, this is data from Skew Markets indicates that Bitcoin futures open interest on BitMEX and OKX has exceeded $1 billion. And in total, Bitcoin futures open interest across the top 8 crypto exchanges is nearly $4 billion. Further, month-on-month Bitcoin futures options turnover has surged 70%, and in general, Bitcoin futures are making new records with $25 billion traded in a single day last month. Not only does this data indicate that trading and investment activity is surging in the crypto space, but it also suggests that a major price movement is coming, either upwards or downwards. Now, we don't know. I kind of laugh at that because it's not really telling you much. However, it's telling you to be careful here. Essentially, when there's a lot of money staked in the Bitcoin futures, a market movement could trigger a short squeeze where Bitcoin's price rallies as short positions on Bitcoin future markets are forced to close out and cover their positions, or a long squeeze where long positions are forced to close out and sell. So if you look at the chart with Bitcoin just now, if, for example, a lot of shorters went in and said, okay, we're going to short this, and it goes down, just say it dropped, say $500, a lot of long positions, that's when you bet on the market going up, basically, or bet on Bitcoin going up, or you're banking on Bitcoin going up, you're going to be stopped out. You're either going to be stopped out of the market and you're forced to close your position. Now, when you close your position, you're effectively selling your position. You bought it before and then you sell it to close out your position. So you're not getting liquidated. So that's what the short and long squeeze is. It's the other way for the long squeeze and the short squeeze as well. So it could be that if the longs decide to go in big time and it goes up $500, then the shorters out there are probably going to get liquidated, or they're going to get stopped out, and they're going to close their position as well, effectively buying into the Bitcoin price, which means there's an exponential rise in the Bitcoin price. So if you ever see that and you kind of always wondered what was a short squeeze, what was a long squeeze, that's essentially what it is. And that's what this article is really saying. Bitcoin price analysis, the calm before the storm, or Strom they've got here, they've not spelled that right. Bitcoin continues to trade inside a very tight range. So it's just looking at the kind of markets just now and just showing you what I've just showed you at the moment. This is from CryptoPotato.com. They're looking at the 4-hour chart there. All this, you don't need all this in technical analysis, as I'll be doing more videos. I'll show you kind of about technical analysis and what you need, what you don't need as well. And this is Bitcoin is setting up for a violent long squeeze, which may trigger new lows. So this is looking at one side of it. And this is from News BTC. Recipe for disaster, BitMEX open interest high, funding flip coming, longs overextended. So they're saying the longs are way overextended here. Bitcoin is looking a bit scary for the bulls at the moment. This is from Jacob Canfield. The prolonged positive funding could be setting up for a pretty big long squeeze to the downside. If support breaks, it will most likely be a violent squeeze as longs cover their position. Watch for support reactions. So this is where we have to be extremely careful with Bitcoin price at the moment. Okay, this is something I wanted to show you. This is from CryptoLark. If you've not seen CryptoLark, I highly recommend you go over and check them out. I'm going to go back to the very beginning here.
Can Ethereum one day be worth $9,000? Well, in this video, I'm going to lay out a thesis for why Ethereum is seriously undervalued at the moment and how we could see large per coin valuations as high as $9,000 in the coming years. We'll start off our conversation here in earnest with the biggest reason that I am excited for the future of Ethereum. Actually, there's a lot of really big reasons. This is probably the biggest one. We are seeing Ethereum quickly become the home of decentralized finance.
Operative words there, decentralized finance. I've been talking about it for the last 6 months. I'm saying Ethereum is going to be huge, and I do think it is going to be huge. I did a video, a 10-minute spotlight on Ethereum, why it's going to be big as well. Ethereum has a lot going for it just now. There's a lot of interest because of DeFi, but there's also big changes coming up for Ethereum as well. You're going to be staking Ethereum soon as well. You're going to be able to stake on it. You've got sharding coming up. Future, you're going to get high throughput as well. You're going to get the number of transactions because of sharding as well. So there's a lot going on with Ethereum that we really need to be excited about. And it's only Ethereum at the moment. If you look at Ethereum USD value, just now we have a price of $185. Now, my kind of big thing here, when I said, somebody asked me the question, what price do you think Ethereum could go to? And I said, the highest price I could see in maybe 5 years' time is $5,000. But CryptoLark is kind of taking it one step further and said it could go to $9,000. $9,000 per Ethereum. And that is A big return on your investment. If you're to buy just now, even if you think it's going to go up to $1,000, that's a 5x. That's a 5x. So if you think about it, Ethereum is going to be one of the safer projects to buy into, to invest into. I think it's one of the safer ones out there. Bitcoin being a safe one, Ethereum definitely being a safe one as well. So if you think it's going to go up to $1,000 and you're going to make 500% increase or 500% ROI, it'd be worth your time kind of looking into it, do your own research first, and then buying some Ethereum. But if you genuinely believe it's going to go up to $5,000 or $10,000, then it's worth allocating more of your portfolio into Ethereum. I genuinely believe it's going to go much, much higher than it is just now. And I think $300 is next, then on its way up past $500 and $1,000. And I think it's a case of doing exactly the same with Bitcoin, buying Bitcoin, holding it for 5 years, buy Ethereum, hold it for 5 years as well, all until such times as it goes up to the $5,000 level. I think that would be a really smart move to look at for your portfolio. Love CryptoLark. I'll put a link down to his channel below, so definitely check him out. 37 million in Bitcoin for sale by US government. Registration for online auction begins. So look out for this date as well. Registration opens today for a Bitcoin auction. Crypto enthusiasts holding bank accounts located in the United States only will be able to participate if they register by February the 12th. You've got 8 days if you're in the US to register for this. The online auction is going to be held on Tuesday, February the 18th, 2020. Remember, this is how Craig Wright made his money as well, because he bought at an online auction. I think I'm right in saying that. So you could do that. However, you need to have $200,000 for this. So to participate, bidders must register by February the 12th deadline and be able to meet the required deposit of $200,000. So you've got to have a deposit of $200,000. So if you've got that, it might be well worth it. I don't know how much they're going to go for, but the government are going to make a lot of money from this as well. And this is from Cointelegraph. Top 3 unknown cryptos outperforming Bitcoin in 2020. ICX, WAN, and AION. We're just going to have a quick look at them, see where they've gone. You can see there is 1,634 Satoshi. They moved all the way up, 300%, all the way up to about 6,500. Come back down a wee bit, but still going up just now. So it's doing fantastic. WAN, BTC as well, just crossed over on the 1st of February, and that's doing fantastic as well at the moment. Went up 70%. AION, BTC, and you can see that crossed over here, around about 769, jumped up, went up 125%, coming back down again, but we could see another jump up. Looks as if we could get to 3,000 for that as well. Okay, that's it for now. If you want to join the free group, there's a link down below. Thank you very much for watching, really appreciate it. Okay, until next time, namaste. Take care. Bye now.